you for tuning in to Redeeming Times. I appreciate your watching this broadcast. Today's broadcast is dedicated to Stephen Berry Jr., the grandson of Dave and Audrey Doggett. And he is presently serving in Iraq at this time. If you'd like to give him a word of encouragement or contact him and or your grandparents, you can get in touch with me at pastorvale@aol.com, or you can mail me something in the mail, Post Office Box 648, Gray. I'll be glad to pass that on. Sometimes it takes the storms of life to get our attention. You ever drive down the turnpike, and as you're approaching the toll booths, maybe it's late at night and you're tired and you're sleepy, and you begin to drift off, and you hit those rumple strips and all of a sudden go boom, and that wakes you up and that wakes everybody else up. But the purpose of the rumple strips are to wake us up. I believe that when the Twin Towers came down on September 11th, I believe that God had removed his canopy from America, and to allow those towers to come down to wake up America, to get our attention. Sometimes it takes the storms of life to get our attention. And so it was in the life of Jonah. Again, as we look at the book of Jonah, it was the storms that it took to get Jonah's attention. Jonah was on the run from God. But yet, it says in verse 4 of Jonah chapter 1, it says, "But the Lord sent a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea, so that the ship was in danger of being broken." God sent a storm in order to get his attention. But what I found so amazing, the tempest was great and everybody's lives were in danger. And yet, what do we find out about Jonah at the bottom of verse 5? It says, "But Jonah had gone down into the sides of the ship and lay there was fast asleep." I wondered, how could Jonah be fast asleep in the midst of this storm when everybody's life was on the line? How could he sleep? And then I began to think, how can we sleep while there's multitudes of people all around us who are not prepared for eternity? The scripture gives us a charge. It says to awake thou that sleepest. We're to wake up and redeem the time and seize the moment, because time is short. Somebody said the kingdoms of men will come and the kingdoms of men will go, but the souls of men shall live on forever. That ought to charge us to make us stop and think about what's really important. We can get caught up in all the other things, but let's not forget, the souls of mankind are so important, and that God will send some storms into our life to get our attention. But let me give you some encouragement. Even though the storms of life may get our attention, even in the midst of the storm, God provides safe passage for his servants. As you notice in Jonah chapter 1 and verse 17, he said, "Now the Lord had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah. And Jonah was in the belly of this fish 3 days and 3 nights. God provided safe passage for him even in the midst of these times. God took care of him." I believe that to be absolutely true, primarily because Jesus said it was true. That's enough for me to believe it, but it's true. God provided safe passage for him in the midst of the storm. And third thing I want you to see is that the storm accomplished its purpose in the life of Jonah. Because it says in chapter 2 and verse 2, it says, and Jonah said, "I cried by reason of mine affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me out of the belly of Sheol cried I, and thou heardest my voice." It accomplished its purpose. So 3 things that have you see in that text. First of all, God uses the storms of life to get our attention. Secondly, even in the midst of the storm, the good news is God will provide safe passage for his servants. And thirdly, the storms will accomplish the purpose for which they are sent into our lives. We need to know that we can trust him in the midst of the storm. There's a song that we sing. It's called "Till the Storm Passes By." It says this, "In the dark of the midnight have I oft hid my face, while the storm howls above me, and there's no hiding place. Mid the crash of the thunder, precious Lord, hear my cry. Keep me safe till the storm passes by, till the storm passes over, till the thunder sounds no more, till the clouds roll forever from the sky. Hold me fast, let me stand in the hollow of thy hand. Keep me safe till the storm passes by." Many times Satan whispered, "There's no use to try, for there's no wind of sorrow, there's no hope by and by. But I know that thou art with me, and tomorrow I'll rise, where the storms never darken the skies." When the long night has ended, and the storms come no more, Let me stand in thy presence on that bright, peaceful shore. In that land where the tempest never comes, Lord, may I dwell with thee when the storm passes by. Till the storm passes over, till the thunder sounds no more, till the clouds roll forever from the sky. Hold me fast, let me stand in the hollow of thy hand. Keep me safe till the storm passes by. I don't know what storms of life that you may be going through even at this time, or what crisis experience you may be having, but simply to share with you that even in the midst of the storm, God will provide safe passage. We need to trust Him, and the storm will accomplish the purpose for which they are sent. We just need to trust Him. Take Him at His word and trust Him. And I pray for each and every one in Gray and Gloucester, and those who are watching this broadcast in particular, that God will bless you and meet your needs according to His wisdom. For those of you who are there with Stephen overseas in Iraq, that God will keep you safe till the storm passes by. And always remember this, to cast your care upon Him because He cares for you.